Alright, welcome everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the $1,255 up to $2,510 monthly SSI benefit checks if lawmakers were to make 1 to 2 simple changes to this program. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. Now, first off, I do want to clarify this video is specifically dedicated to SSI, Supplemental Security Income, and the roughly 8 million beneficiaries that do rely on these benefits every single month. Now, if you're somebody receiving other benefits that I often talk about here on the channel, including but not limited to Social Security Retirement, SSDI, Social Security Disability, survivors, spousal benefits, or any of the others, I do have a lot of dedicated videos here on the channel for you and a lot more to come. Make sure to stay tuned for those, and all of these benefits are very, very different, which is why I wanted to preface this by saying this is only talking about SSI, Supplemental Security Income. I know all of these programs are very different, and the parameters of each of them are very different as well, which is why sometimes I need to make dedicated videos just like this. So again, just want to clarify that really quickly. So let's get into it and talk about the details of this. And like I said just a minute ago in the beginning of this video, I said if lawmakers were to make 1 to 2 very, very simple changes to this program, it would dramatically boost these benefits almost instantly for millions of beneficiaries in a massive, massive way. So I want to talk through the details about that and how all of these numbers are predicated off of just one very simple metric as well. Again, very interesting and super easy to do. So again, I want to clarify that for you here in this video. However, really fast before we get into it, can I ask a huge, huge favor of you? If you've not done so yet, will you please make sure to subscribe down below? Totally free to do so. The big subscribe button down there, make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet, so you don't miss any videos going forward. It's a super busy time right now. It's a weird time as well. A lot of things are changing, and I'm here for you, watching the headlines, doing all the research, advocating on your behalf in any way that I possibly can, talking through complicated topics, talking through all the intricate details of these programs, answering your questions, and again, just doing whatever I can to help you out in here in this community. We've got to stick together right now. It's a rough time out there, and I want to do what I can for you. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below, and let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, so you heard me say those dollar amounts at the beginning of the video, $1,255 up to $2,510, okay? This is on a monthly basis. Now, I'm going to be clarifying this for individuals receiving SSI as well as married couples receiving SSI. So virtually everybody that receives SSI, okay? So here's the thing. Right now, as I film this video in 2024, the maximum benefit you can get as an individual, obviously $943. As a married couple, $1,415. You know these numbers, right? Now, let me ask you as well, are these above or below the federal poverty line? Way below, okay? That's not a trick question. You know the answer. In fact, right now for an individual, the federal poverty line is $15,060 a year, or $1,255 a month, okay? So $1,255 a month is way more than $943 as an individual. How much is the federal poverty line for a married couple on an annualized basis? It's $20,440 on an annualized basis for a married couple, for a household of 2, and that comes out to way more than the $1,415 per month for an SSI married couple beneficiary, right? So, with that being said, I want to explain the details about this because, believe it or not, there is legislation out there right now in the possession of lawmakers, and there's a lot of lawmakers that have co-signed on to this, that are supporting this, and have also come out and shown their support that, hey, we should also get this done, okay? But, why haven't you done it yet then, right? That's always the burning question that I always have every single time. I just want to line all these lawmakers up and be like, why haven't you done it? You have all the details. You've all signed on to it. What are you waiting for, right? Vote. Seriously, vote. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So anyway, so this is the detail behind this, okay? So the legislation, and one of the key pieces of legislation that's out there right now is the SSI Restoration Act. You've heard me talk about it before. I've talked about it. I've referred to it many, many times before in other videos, and I've talked to the details about it, okay? But anyway, one of the major provisions within this one, and there's also legislation out there in other pieces that want to do the exact same thing, but this is the most prominent one that's out there, is the SSI Restoration Act. But they want to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. Okay, let's talk through the details, okay? Very, very simple stuff here, okay? By raising benefits up to the federal poverty line, it would take benefits from the current levels right now. Again, this is speaking in 2024. All of these numbers change in each and every year, calendar year. So for 2025, these numbers will be adjusting higher yet again. But right now, as I film this video in 2024, these are the numbers we're working with, okay? So anyway, here's what it is. Right now, again, benefits $943 a month for an individual. Federal poverty line, $1,255 a month for an individual, okay? That's a difference of $312 difference per month, okay? That's per month. Just imagine, on an annualized basis, that's like, what is the math on that? About $3,700-ish. Around there, $3,700 more for an individual if they just raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. That would be super easy for them to do. It would not be very difficult at all, okay? That would be pretty easy, okay? Which, by the way, I was just thinking about it here. I was thinking, what would this really cost on an annualized basis if they did this, okay? So just running some very simple round math here, okay? I'm rounding some numbers here just to make the math easy. $3,700. Let's just call it $4,000. Let's call it $4,000 more per month per individual who receives SSI, and let's just call it 8 million people, okay? So $4,000 a year times 8 million people, 4 times 8, what is that, $32 billion? Is that really what it would be? I think my math is right on that, $32 billion. And again, that's even being very, very generous with those numbers, okay? It's probably more around like the $27 billion. That's not that much, right? When it comes down to federal spending, that's literally chump change, okay? It's not chump change for us. I'd be glad to take 26, 27, $30 billion, something like that, right? I think you would be too, right? But when it comes down to federal spending, they spend trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars every single year. Say 27 to $30 billion is literally nothing to help out a bunch of people. And guess what? That money's going to flow right back into the economy anyway. So does it really make that much of a difference how much they give SSI beneficiaries? The money's going straight into the economy, 100% of it. So does it really matter at the end of the day, right? So anyway, sorry, I digressed for a minute here. But my point is, this is what it comes down to. So these lawmakers who want to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line, this is exactly what it would look like right here. Basically raising benefits from the current levels, $943 up to $1,255, a difference of $312 a month is what that would translate into, right? That's pretty massive, and that'd be life-changing for a lot of people, and just lifting people, 8 million people instantly lifted out of poverty. I don't know. That seems like a political win to me. I don't know for sure. I'm not in politics, which I've been really thinking about it lately. Seriously, really thinking about it lately because it's just a total mess right now, right? Again, that's not a slam on anybody. Just saying, it's a total mess. There's a lot of chaos out there right now. But, okay, let me get back to it. Sorry, I'm digressing yet again here, okay? Now, let's quickly talk about a married couple really quickly here. Again, $1,255 an individual, and a married couple right now is $1,415 is the maximum per month, right? However, okay, let's just think this. Now, I said earlier at the beginning of this video, if lawmakers were to make 2 simple changes to the program, number 1, raising benefits up to the federal poverty line, number 2, removing the marriage penalty, which, by the way, another key provision within the SSI Restoration Act is removing the marriage penalty. That's a good one. They should remove that. It shouldn't be there in the first place. Never should have been, right? But it is, and they should get rid of it because it's very old for how long this program has been around, and the marriage penalties to still be there, still banging around on people's benefits, reducing them, not a cool thing, right? So anyway, if they were to simply remove the marriage penalty, which they should be doing, and raising benefits up to the federal poverty line, these 2 simple changes, number 1, would raise benefits substantially. Also, if the married couple had benefits and they were eligible for the maximum benefits, think of that. Basically, $1,255 per person would basically be $2,510 for a married couple with those 2 simple changes. That's literally it. Can you see how simple that is? That's nothing. It would take them, I don't know, a couple pages of legislation. I don't really know how many pages it would take to write that up, in the forms that they would have to, but to vote on it and do this stuff. And at the end of the day, what would it really cost federal spending to actually boost these benefits up? Again, the actual math on it, I'm not really sure, but it's probably about 27, 28, maybe $30 billion at most a year. That's not that much money, right? And again, those numbers right there that I mentioned are probably still even being a little bit generous with what I'm saying there. So my point is, long story short here, this is what they could do. And lawmakers have this legislation in their possession now in a couple different formats. In fact, the SSI Restoration Act is by far the most popular of them. And this is the one that I've been alluding to here in this video because it's the most popular. They've talked about it, and there's a lot of lawmakers that are in support of this. So that's all it would really take. Not that hard to do, right? So you can clearly see how it would not be that difficult to raise benefits and change the lives of millions of people in a major, major way. And we know that so far this year, they've already done some major changes to the SSI program. They've done quite a few things here, which is actually pretty nice, right? You've heard me talk about this before in other videos, but this is really great for a lot of SSI beneficiaries. As long as they're going for it, hey, you guys, you're on a roll here. Let's do something about this, right? This is certainly something that could easily get done, especially in a year like this. I don't know, there's a lot of things adding up this year for 2024, and I've said it so many times before in other videos. Time is of the essence right now. They can certainly get something like this done. But again, we'll have to see what actually happens here. And again, they've already done multiple changes to SSI and the programs for Social Security and things like this as a whole. We'll have to see what happens here going forward. But as long as they're at it, they're going at it. They're making some changes for these programs. Let's just keep going. Let's keep rolling with this. Let's reform the program, and let's ultimately give some of these beneficiaries their dignity back. Let's just say it how it is, right? That's just seriously the situation. Who can really live on $943 a month? I mean, obviously, a lot of people are doing it. It's rough. Even the federal poverty line, $1255 a month would still be tough. But at the end of the day, an extra $312 a month would be life-changing for a lot of people, right? One more quick side note. Think of it this way. We've been begging, pleading, asking for a $200 raise to benefits for the last, 4 years now? Just imagine. They say, oh, let's forget the $200, but let's just give you $312 instead. Okay, fine. I'd be happy to take an extra $312 versus $200. Don't mind if we do, right? Wouldn't that be awesome, right? They say, hey, sorry, we're not going to do the $200 a month, but we're going to do $312 instead. Not bad. We'll take it, right? So anyway, I want to break this down for you really quickly here, just so you can see how clearly, easily they can get this done, and how all of these numbers are predicated off of the federal poverty line. Very important metric. You've heard me talk about it before in other videos. Federal poverty line, a key number to determine eligibility for a variety of programs and benefits and all kinds of things like this. This is what it comes down to. So the math behind all of it, you always got to know the numbers, right? So anyway, that's all I have for you here in this video. As always, if you have any comments, questions, feedback, please leave that down below in the comments section. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including in the video library or those that I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. Check out those videos. Great videos there as well. Otherwise, check out the videos here on your screen. Watch those videos and have a nice day. Take care. Thank you so much for your support. Truly do appreciate it. Really do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for being here. And I will catch you again later in the next video.